When using AI tools, it's often very helpful to set up and manage the context or memory for the interactions you're about to have, focused on a particular task or project. Today, we're sharing a strategy that will do that using NotebookLM. The example I'm using is a set of resources compiled by the Metadata Governance Task Force. As the task force progressed, we collected a massive amount of data, including resources found online, tools built by the group, presentations shared at conferences, AI research, and legal frameworks. To make this information more actionable, we've consolidated everything into one master Google Doc designed to act as the quote-unquote brain for some AI analysis and referenced by the team. At a high level, we're going to go over setting up the document itself, adding it to NotebookLM, and then what happens when you actually update that master document with new resources. First off, I'm going to go over the outline of the master document, which has 4 sections. Switch tabs here to that document we've called Start Here. The 4 sections are the METL content. METL is the task force is just organizationally, how is this group going to collaborate in some of those resources, the folders we've created, and some objectives. The second tab covers all the resources that we've collected on our own through different connections and resources of the team, and as we've done some of this work, finding more things to add to this. The third tab is a list of resources we actually asked Gemini to build for us as a reference to make sure we're as broad as we can, sort of like a search engine capture. Again, this is something we could update it all the time. And then the fourth tab is a framework that we found and tweaked a little bit for here in Michigan that will help us structure some of this stuff as we move forward. Now, when you go into NotebookLM, first thing you do is you need to create a new notebook for this particular kind of project. You add the source, and I've got a screenshot here, but I'll show it to you live in just a moment. When you add the source, it reads through it and creates a quick little summary. I'm going to jump over here real quick. We've named it Metadata Governance Resources, the name of the workbook. And jumping over here, you'll see that actual resource and the summary it created for the document. Now, the nice thing about NotebookLM, not only can you chat with the AI with this document in context, you can also create all kinds of other summaries or overviews of this. You've got an audio overview that works sort of like a podcast, a video overview, a mind map that actually show all of the resources here. And I'll show you some of these examples in just a moment because they all take a little bit to generate. And you can even tweak them with their own localized prompts. You can create reports, flashcards, quizzes, an infographic. You can create a whole presentation and even some data tables. So many people have heard about podcasting. I'll play a quick little snippet here. See if that works. Jump ahead here. Maybe not. You can create a slide deck here. And of course, you can revise it and update it as well. Go full screen. You can even create infographics like this one that is specific for a presentation or resource you want to create. You can create an entire mind map that is actually dynamic and actually goes through the data that you've put in here, and you can drill down and see what resources you have and what that really looks like. You can create flashcards that will help you study this content or help somebody else new to the task force. And finally, you can even create quick tables of looking at that data and review what it looks like. You'll see here in the chat window, it actually shows you the prompts that you used to build those tables as well. Now, the other question you might be wondering is, well, what if I update any of this data? What does that really look like? Now the question you might be wondering, what happens if I update any of that data? Well, I'll go through that really quickly. I'm going to add another link here from my other screen so that we can see what happens in NotebookLM. So I've saved that new link as another resource added. When I click on the source here on the left and open it, you get a little prompt here that allows you to click to sync with Google Drive. What NotebookLM does originally is actually makes a copy of your document. So if you make any changes, you want to come in here and update using that sync button. And it very quickly reloads the document, adds it to the context, and then you're ready to go with your additional context. It's a very nice way to very quickly and easily see what that looks like. And again, easy way to speed up your access to all the resources, look to ways to continuously improve the resources that you have and create new sources and interactions with it using the AI with any kind of links or without having to manage multiple sources in NotebookLM either. Hopefully there's a strategy you can use that will really help you quickly create videos, presentations, infographics, and help you focus on specific topics or areas of concern when they come up based on the resources you've compiled. Thank you, and hope you enjoyed this video, and looking forward to hearing how you're using it.